English professor at St. Peter's University in New Jersey, and he joins us now. Good morning to you, Professor.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you posted this post on X, this tweet, and you got almost 15 million views. Let me read it for our audience. You wrote, "I just failed a student for submitting an AI-written research paper, and she sent me an obviously AI-written email apology, asking if there's anything she can do to improve her grade. We are through the looking glass, folks." So this is when you realized it was a problem. It was verbatim AI. You ran it through some sort of a device where you can check, right? How do you do that?
Well, with that particular paper, I knew it was AI because it was it had real books that it was citing, but the page number, the quotes were not real, and the page numbers didn't.
So it's not always right. AI is not always right.
No. So it was mentioning a real book, but I actually looked at the real book, and those quotes were not in the book.
And you didn't recognize this writing. You've been teaching this student for a while,
yes.
And you knew this student didn't write the paper.
Yes, I had seen, I do enough in-class writing with them where I get to know and I tell them on the first day that your writing is like a fingerprint. I get to know your writing really well by these in-class writings, so I can just usually sniff out when something's not them, and that usually sends me into detective mode after if I get a sense that things are off.
Yeah, a lot of professors are going back to the blue books. Remember those when we had to write essays, so it proves your work. You had to write out your essays or your math problems. In fact, at UC Berkeley, the Blue Book sales are up 80%. Blue Book sales at Texas A&M up 30%, and at UF up 50%. How do professors tackle this? Because everyone apparently is using AI.
Yeah. So I mean, as a as a fiction writer and as a writing professor, I think in-class writings is one way to do it. But I mean, anybody who writes knows that the writing process is. You need to be alone for that sometimes, and so in-class writing works. But I've also been using Google Assignments, and it kind of almost feels like I'm giving away my secrets, and students are listening. But Google Assignments, and you can track the document history, and it'll show you minute by minute how the student put the paper together. You can see if they made edits. You can see if they misplaced a comma. You can see all of that stuff. And so when you see that. At this minute there was no paper, and then at this minute there was an entire paper. Something came in. So
you can check each student using this device.
Yeah. And I usually, I mean, just for the time's sake, I don't usually do it with every student. But like I said, if I sniff out something, I'll go and then check the document history, and I'll see is anything fishy.
What are you hearing? What's the feedback from the 15 million that viewed this post and from parents?
The general feedback I was getting online was most people were on my side. That. This is cheating. I mean, this is
clearly
our generation's copy and paste. This was like copying and pasting. I heard some of the arguments on the other side were things like, "This is the future. We need to teach them to use tools of the future," which to me is sort of a kind of a cop out. You're you're not addressing the moral issue of whether this is a good thing. I mean, there's also the issue too of. Should this exist for students to use? I mean, it's a different question of whether we use it as a tool in the workplace or whatever. But for students, it's a different thing.
Real quickly, what was the reaction from this female in your class? She in tears? Was she sorry? Her apology was in AI?
I didn't. So the paper came in at the end of the semester, and so all I did was email her back, and I didn't get a response back. So I didn't get to see the facial.
Okay, but you failed her. And he was telling me in the green room, next year you're going to have a conversation with the kids in the beginning or the students in the beginning, and you're going to say, if you do this, you're out.
Yeah, I'm making. I think no one strike policy. You do it once, you fail for the class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Professor, thank you so much. Thanks for teaching our kids.
As they should. Every professor should. I mean, and I mentioned it in other AI videos that we have to be very careful on how we're evolving as humans. We are starting to rely more on AI and technology that we're forgetting about the roots of doing certain things. That there's going to come a time where people are going to forget how to do the most simplest tasks. And when AI malfunctions, or if it does malfunction, there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to know what to do in certain situations if we keep fully depending on AI, or get to the point of fully depending on AI, I should say. And we need more instructors like this in schools, elementary, middle, high school, any type of institution that teaches should not be using any type of AI. That's my opinion, because I don't understand what the argument would be of, oh, well, this is the future. Okay, well, the future can change and adapt. We know this. History has shown this. So if we fully rely on something and become dependent on it, and it malfunctions, like I said earlier, everybody's screwed. Everybody's screwed. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.